Hello everybody, welcome back to a Man Manga Boy reading log. I've been really busy these days playing video games. What? I thought this was a manga reading channel. Yeah, it is, but I do other things. It's sad but true. So I was playing Psychonauts 2, beat Psychonauts 2. Then I played WarioWare, beat WarioWare, Get It Together. Great games, if you guys were wondering. Great games. WarioWare, essential to a Switch library for party games. Just a lot of fun. Anyways, let's get into it. So for the past 2 weeks, I read Suppose a Kid from the Boonies. Suppose a Kid from the Last Dungeon Moved to the Boonies, Volume 2. I feel like I read this a long time ago, but it was probably at the end of last week, or at the beginning of last week, rather. So pretty much what happens in it is they beat the main quest, from what I understand. So they rid the king of the evil, and our main character, Lloyd, becomes part of the military. So I don't really know where it's going to go from here, because that's everything. However, the anime keeps going, and so does the light novel, so there's got to be more to it. Again, just a lot of comedy to it. Not so much the action. Even the action is played for laughs. So if you're interested into a pretty funny comedic manga, very similar to, what's it called? Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I would definitely recommend this. This is quite a wordy read, though. It does take a long time to get through. I mean, just look at all of the text. But it is worth it in the end, because I feel like it's funny. The story's decent enough. There's a lot of tropes in it that, we are all used to, but I still think are pretty good. I also read all of Seven Deadly Sins. I did not expect Arthur to kind of go the path he did here. I did not expect Elaine to go the path he did. And what is with Dreyfus and his gosh darn Stockholm Syndrome? I'm like, what in the heck? Dude, why is he so hung up on fraud? And I get it that they shared the same body for a long time. But, you have to remember that, he also had him kidnapped. He couldn't do anything in his own body. I don't know. I'd resent somebody like that. That's kind of crazy. But it's cool to see Arthur finally get some action in here. And we also keep on going through. I read from 31 all the way to 41. I couldn't believe the eldest brother, his true identity. That blew my mind. I was like, what? And what is this? What in the world is this? Hawk, I swear, he's the worst. Mama, I can't even believe what Mama Hawk even became. That was even weirder. And then we get to go see Purgatory finally. I love that Bond got a power-up, but I was upset that he got it at a cost. I wasn't upset, but, I feel like Bond could have waited, before he gave up one of his, resident powers, but he didn't. But it was really cool to run into until what was his name? Wild? No, it wasn't Wild. Might have been Wild. Mild, Hog? I don't remember anymore. But it's cool to see his older brother to see where Hawk really came from. I thought that was neat. I thought for sure he was the bird incarnate, but obviously he wasn't. I don't understand why he thought he could fly before it. That seems kind of odd to me. But that's okay too. To find out a little bit more about Merlin's past was very interesting as well. And to see how the commandments actually work with an angel if the archangel gets them. I was like, holy shit, that's sick. So yeah, to see Mild go like that is just blew my mind. I was like, oh damn, Miles OPAF. He doesn't need the power of the sun. He is a boss. And then we go into here and we start to finally get to see the Z-Man take out the 7 Deadly Sins. And he goes crazy, as well as his two teachers, Meliodas' teacher and his teacher. But to find out that they are the strongest demons is really cool. I really did like the ending to, maybe not the ending, but like the ending kind of follow-up. So how everything was like going into the end there, I was really in it. See Meliodas like lose all of his emotions and everything like that. They hinted at it earlier on. To see, that was really cool. I like that fight. The Demon Lord versus Meliodas is really cool in that purgatory realm. And then to see Meliodas come back and have this concentrated darkness power. To see that he can lift the curse. And to see... I just can't believe that Bond gave up his power. Well, he didn't give up his power, but you know what I mean. He gave up that one thing so early on because like he could have really used it in the last fight. So I thought that was kind of messed up. It was cool to see the curse though incarnate and Meliodas' new form of the demon god. That was really cool too. Then to learn a little bit about his past is very similar to Meliodas', which I thought was kind of a cop-out, but it's cool to see that there are vampires in the world. And so to see vampires in the world I thought was really neat because I hadn't expected that. But, that was neat too. I'm going to sneeze in like 5 minutes, okay, guys? And then to see Escanor get, like, willing... See, I told you. Willing to, like, sacrifice everything was awesome. He was insane. He went to be the one, and he went past the one, and I was like, holy shit. And to see Merlin actually, give a shit about somebody, another crazy scene, but just seeing Escanor just totally destroy shit, I was like, oh damn, that is nuts. Then of course we have kind of the aftermath here, Dreyfus, Merlin's new scars, Arthur. This was a twist I didn't see coming. I did not see Arthur becoming who he became with all of this chaos and everything building up. And don't even get me started about his cat demon. I was like, whoa, when I saw that thing evolve here. And then when they were like, yeah, let's just walk away while it's frozen. I was like, what are you doing? And then to find out that was just like all a twist. I was like, yep, that makes sense. So they clearly are setting up Arthur to be a huge, maybe not a threat, but a huge plot point in the future for when Tristan and Lancelot have to go through and set sail as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So that's coming out in English pretty soon. I think it comes out like December, January. I'm pretty sure I have it pre-ordered. Pretty excited to read it. I liked this series a lot. Way more than I thought I was going to. I thought it was just going to be okay. I ended up really liking it quite a bit. And I would recommend people to read it if they haven't, picked it because I heard that the anime was poopy. I definitely recommend picking up the manga. It is pretty darn good. I do hate how the power leveling or power scaling kind of goes out of control. I wish I never introduced that at all. It's just ridiculous. I mean, Tristan's born and he's like stronger than half of everybody. So like the power scaling cannot stay consistent. It is just like totally whatever needs to happen just happens. Like Meliodas' power just goes up exponentially. Bond's power just goes like up exponentially. Everyone's just goes up for no reason. King, he gets his cool new form with his wings, which makes his power go like crazy up. Why? Like why? I get that the wings are like that, but like really, he was already crazy strong, and then the wings popped up. Then he was able to get even stronger for no reason. It's like, how is he going to become the strongest fairy king ever? For why? It's just like, okay, so we have the strongest giant ever. We have the strongest fairy ever. Why? We have the strongest human ever. We have the strongest demon ever. It's like, why are they all so strong out of nowhere? It's not like they're training. I guess you could call purgatory training for Bond, but it's not for Meliodas. Because he's a demon, so he should be able to be used to it. And I don't know. The other two, like, everyone else, I feel like they don't really train anything. I guess Gothard gets his other half back, which is fine. But I don't know. I feel like the power-ups that they got weren't earned as much towards the end as they were at the beginning. Like how they were training underneath Droll and the other Fairy King. But, like, after that, their power just like went out of control as they matured. But they matured in like a couple of days instead of like months or years out. So I was like kind of upset / disappointed in that. But whatever. Definitely still recommend it. I give it like an 8, maybe 8.5. You know, personally. I wouldn't call it like in my top 10, maybe not even in my top 20, but it's definitely a really good manga to read. I also read The 7 Deadly Sins, 7 Days. This is volume 2 and volume 1. The art is different, and the light novel artist who made the main story, I believe, is different as well. The art is pretty good. It doesn't look 100% like, you know, the main series, but it's pretty close to it. It's a good read, though. I like to see what they show Bond do in those 7 days with Helene. And it's kind of just like a fun rom-com for a bit. There's a few serious moments as well, such as at the end and when Elaine kind of peers into Bond's memories. It's got this big will they, won't they kind of like vibe, but like, you know, they will because, well, you probably read the main series. Anyways, I do recommend it if you guys are on the fence about it. I mean, it's only 2 volumes long. Get it when it's on sale. I think there's a Kodansha sale happening as I upload this. I read a lot of Kodansha volumes if you guys were interested in any of them, by the way. I also read the finale of Quince. I like the finale, but I feel like, you know, Ichika gets really screwed. I feel like she's the only one who doesn't get a good resolution. I mean, I get it, she gets her goal, but like she doesn't like have an emotional resolution. Everyone else is like, I get that I can't be with Yotsuba or Futaro. Sorry, I can't get with Futaro because of blah 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 blah, and I have matured because of that. And I know I want to be my own person, but with her, it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to get too many details about it, but it's like she doesn't really have a satisfying conclusion, in my opinion. It just, she says like her thing and teases Futaro, and then that's it. And I'm like, okay, but I think you're still in love with him, aren't you? Because like, there's no reason for you to not be. You haven't any resolution. Okay, we're just moving on. Okay, got it. So I thought that was really annoying. I do like how they jump 5 years in the future at the end. I forget if the manga opened up with 5 years in the future, but I thought that was kind of a good point off in the beginning. So that was cool. Or at the end, it was really weird how the honeymoon's gonna go though. That'd be really awkward. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. It's not for me. Lastly, I'm catching up with my JoJos. I believe these are 2-in-1, so this is like 5 and 6. We finally get to see our awesome restaurant. I love the restaurant, Tony's restaurant. I gotta go, shed my skin and get all my my knots out. We also get to see Red Hot Chili Pepper show up, as well as Joseph Joestar. He's one of my favorite JoJos. He's one of my favorite Josephs. That's how much I like him. The Invisible Baby arc was cool too. And then we get to see the great Rohan show up. I love Rohan Kisube as well. Again, this arc actually has been better as a manga versus it was the anime, in my opinion. The anime, I just felt like it was too slow. So every week I'd wait and then like a month would pass and nothing happened. Meanwhile, if I read the manga, because I can read it so much faster, I feel like things happen a lot faster. Like, I feel like I just saw Red Hot Chili Pepper. But I remember when I watched it, I didn't see Red Hot Chili Pepper till like episode 12, like when he came back or something like that. It was like way in the future. So I had to wait like 2 months for him to come back versus just like, I read the next book. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that makes a big difference. So I really am liking this part 4 quite a bit more than I was when I was watching it. But still, I do like part 3 probably more than part 4 so far. Part 2 was terrible to read though. Well, it wasn't terrible. It just comparatively it wasn't as good I mean, part 2 anime was so good. And the ridiculousness with Nazis and everything like that, I like really had Hellsing vibes when I was reading it. It's just so bizarre. So I definitely recommend watching that one for sure. Maybe reading part 1 and then just watching part 2. You could even watch part 3. I would say part 3 is probably on par with the manga. Part 3 might be a little bit better in the anime just because you get to hear all of the crazy sound effects. Like from Calcuin with his licking. I love that licking thing. And then all of Joseph's just kind of screaming things are always good. Anyways, that's all for today. Please let me know what you watched or played or read in the comments below. And I hope you guys have an excellent day. I'll probably have a slower uploading schedule because I am busy working with my friends from Canada. I'm also busy... what am I do? Oh yeah, playing video games. A lot of video games came out this past month. Tales of Arise came out also, and then there's Zelda. It's like, man, why did they all come out this week or this month? There was nothing out for a lot of the summer. There was nothing out for a lot of last few months, and then they all kind of hit in August, September. Pretty annoying. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye.